match 8, and we will be seeing Mount Albert Lions up against Otahuhu, so the clash of the cats, and a lot of history between these two clubs over many, many years, and this will shape up to be an absolute classic. So without even seeing the Mount Albert crew before they come on, I'm picking they're going to be a fairly fit, light side, and we can see them coming in from the far end side now, just behind the artwork. And having a look at their roster and saying that, they've got a couple of big boppers there, Corey. Big unit in the middle there. We'll try and get his name for you very, very shortly. But this will be a classic match, and John Ackland back as coach for the Mount Albert Lions, so the prodigal son returns home as they get ready.
Yep, and we get to call him against his former side, Otahuhu, the team he led out of the Shaman Cup and into the First Division, and last year they gave a really solid account of themselves in the Fox, and it'll be a big loss for them this year, but the Leopards certainly looking very good under new head coach George Carmont so far. This should be a really promising game, and all still on the line in terms of who can qualify through from each pool. Otahuhu, we had them in our last live stream game, 30-0 winners. Very, very impressive in that one. A couple of names to watch out for. Geronimo Doyle, who was heavily involved in the last one. And one we haven't heard of before, Nono Na'a, who scored 2 tries. And really, Troy looked like breaking tackles every time he touched the footy. Tane Paki had a solid game as well. A couple of names to watch out for in this Mount Albert Lions team. Liam Ackland, the son of John Ackland. We've seen him in action for Hibiscus Coast the last few years, and he's looked really good at 9s level. He's one to watch. Connor Gemmell as well, a local junior who's come through the system. We've called him at high school level with Westlake boys as well. And also Lewis Swan, the son of Willie Swan, a Kaloa Park diehard Willie from back in the day. And the next generation of Swan coming through at the club as well. Willie, of course, coached the Fox team here at Mount Albert just a few years ago. And our
Lewis Swan,
man in the middle for this game. Bring you up the match officials, and it will be Honi Kapeko with the middle, and Grant Smith and Jack Haslam as his touchies on the sideline. So here we go. Geronimo Doyle gets us underway, and we are into it here at Stanmore Bay Reserve. Bouncing ball, which is fielded by Mount Albert. Bumping the ball forward now via the 15. Sione Talisa. Solid contact done over the top there, though, by Otahuhu, who we mentioned was so good the last time we saw them. Really looked like being one of the challenges here. Liam Ackland now takes the ball to the line, shakes out of one, but then gets drilled to ground. Up to play the ball, they head back centre field now. Talisa. Play on is the call after the ball comes loose. It's loose again now, and this time it'll be a penalty to Mount Albert. We may be getting a little bit of feedback. I'm not sure if that's coming through on the live stream. Do apologise if so. The referee's mic's just picking up a little bit of crackle there. So they march the ball forward, and Ackland will go close.
nice little probing run there.
Lewis Swan to the right. Instead they go left. Some footwork. Doyle is underneath, looking to hold him up, and held up is the call from referee Kapeko.
Yeah.
Go back and try again. Watch for Lewis Swan, who is just looming on that shoulder there and looks a deadly force at close range. Ackland at the dummy half, and now it is Swan. Quickly set upon, though, and taken the ground eventually by Otahuhu. Ackland at dummy half. Will go down the short side. A little double pump, a lovely looping ball, but it's gone to the wrong player, unfortunately, and picked off there by Otahuhu, and the Leopards survived that one. Doyle crawling, looking for extra yardage. Ackland involved in the tackle along with Swan. Little fend now over the top. Nuka there to receive. He is taken down under the tackle of Rogers Brown. 30 out from the line here, the Otahuhu Leopards.
Otahuhu on the hop.
Short side they go. Uate with the one-handed offload. Nuka. They isolate down the left-hand side here, but good scramble from the Lions. They get there in numbers. They're 30 out from the line here, the Leopards. Looking for first points in this game. They shuffle play on now. It's Pucky. Doyle on his right hand. Instead, he will go to ground. Ball comes loose. And now Doyle, this will be 6 again if Doyle can recover it, which he does just that.
Good D to contain them down there, and they haven't. Some of the Otahuhu boys getting back on side now.
So good play there from Geronimo Doyle. Flat ball at the line. Play on is the call, and it's all good. Wesley John Talty. Nice offload there. Now they break down the right-hand side here, the Leopards. Rory Ropati in cover. Does really well to get there and just prevent that break from eventuating. It was Emiliano Michaeli who broke. Back to centre field they come. They'll centralise via Talty, who hands back to the outside, and Emiliano Michaeli is going to open the scoring for Otahuhu. The Leopards are in. Kapeko points to the spot, and it is 4-0 to the South Aucklanders.
We get a good snapshot now on the Sportsafe action replay. A lot of pressure on the Mount Albert Lions at this point. Good delivery out of the dummy half. Bit of a step on here. Brought a couple of defenders in. Really falling off. Beautiful offload. And from here there was no one home. And the Leopards stroll in for a nice little 4-pointer. Geronimo Doyle getting ready to take the conversion.
Yeah, no hurry either. Taking his time on this one, Geronimo. Getting a bit of water on board as well. Shout out to our referees today. You can see there on the back of the shirt the Be a Sport, Just Support message. So Doyle to attempt this one from 2 metres in from touch. Tricky assignment to convert Michaeli's try. And it's well away to the right, and so it will remain Otahuhu Leopards 4, Mount Albert Lions 0. 5 minutes gone here at Stanmore Bay Reserve as we get down to the second part of the day here at Stanmore Bay Reserve. We've been treated to some brilliant football so far, Troy, and you'd have to say the Otahuhu Leopards among the pace setters.
Absolutely. I really liked what I saw from Mangere East, but the benchmark for me so far has been the Hibiscus Coast Raiders. They've certainly, that's gone short and out. Hibiscus Coast Raiders have shown a lot of flair around the park and got strike weapons right across their roster. So they're going to be a tough team to beat.
So with that kick failing to go to the 10, this will be a penalty to Mount Albert. Looks like Liam Ackland is going to kick for touch. And puts that safely away. It's a good touch finder as well. They're going to start this one 20 metres out from their line, as the Lions look to hit straight back following Otahuhu's try just 2 minutes ago. The tap and the go, and here we go. Rogers Brown. In fact, it's Talisa on that occasion. Now Ackland goes back door, and they've got numbers on the right edge here. Do the Lions. Oh. The offload is broken down by Nuka. And that was a key intervention there. You get the feeling Mount Albert probably score if Nuka doesn't get his hand to the ball on that occasion.
What are you doing there? A changeover?
So they play the ball here now for Mount Albert. Very much a new look Mount Albert Lions team. Not many of these boys we have called before at this level. John Ackland taking the opportunity to try out some of his younger players, build some depth ahead of the Fox Memorial season. Ackland jumps out of dummy half, just testing those markers, then changes direction. Looping ball over the top. It's put down, though, by Brown. Connor Gemmell it was that just couldn't quite get to the ball. I think it was Ford anyway. And Geronimo Doyle now will play the ball. Bailey Poto, member of the Fox Reserves team last year at Otahuhu. Fusuanga clears the ruck. Totoa Purcell. Doyle. Nooker into space. Ankle tap. He's missed. And now the Leopards break down the left-hand side. Doyle is in field if they need him. Flicks it back in. Nooker to Doyle. Doyle steps back in. Beautiful try, Otahuhu Leopards. And they will double their lead. Kick to come. Geronimo Doyle runs it in and centres it. And our referee points to the spot.
Fantastic try here on the Sportsafe action replay. Got a nice little break on the outside edge here. One-handed offload. Now he had a wee bit of work to do here, did the winger. He slowed up a wee bit just to bring that defender on. Had enough presence of mind to be able to flip it inside. Geronimo in support as all day, and unlike the little fake pass to himself, picked that up, stepped inside the defender, and a great finish to a great try. And the kick is good.
So that gets us to half-time. The Leopards strike right on the buzzer to lead 14 points to 0 over the Mount Albert Lions. We're going to take a very short break before we get back with the second half action. So back in just a few moments' time.
And just as Corey rehydrates, that scoreboard escalated pretty quickly towards the back end there to go to 14-0. Otahuhu will be wanting to maintain that pressure. And it'd be interesting to be in the Lions camp over there to see how John's having the chat. And must be very special for him to be back at the Mount Albert Rugby League Club. And we can hear that giggle in the background. The CEO from Auckland Rugby League's just arrived, and nice for him to grace us with his appearance as we're watching Otahuhu on Mount Albert Lions unfold in front of us at the halftime break, and the score is 14-0 to the Otahuhu Leopards. Just hear some of the ground commentary in the back. If you are out and about today, ladies and gentlemen, come down. It's free to get into the park. A lot of activities here for the kids. There's been a good crowd building around the outside of the grounds here. And we're getting down to the business end of the day. We're going to be into semi-finals, and as grand finals start to build, you know, there's going to be a number of teams that are starting to filter to the top. And do we have any other results from these? No? Okay. There you go. Number of supporters here today. The umbrellas have come in use for rain and for sun.
Really good crowd in here at Stanmore Bay Reserve today, and why not? Brilliant day of rugby league so far. It's only going to get better as we approach playoff time. So it'll be the Lions who get us back underway, and it is Mount Albert with all the work to do in the second half.
Well, bit of intent here, or a bit of banter. I'm sure I heard the word whakatane.
So back to it, and Totoa Purcell picks it up. And speaking of intent, straight back into the heart of the Mount Albert defence. Wrestled to ground under the weight of Luke O'Neill on that occasion. Luke, the son of Julian O'Neill, who of course had a decorated international career as well, playing overseas. So great to see some of these next generation guys coming through. And
He's
we've got
bobbled
an
that.
injury here, and this isn't a good look. There's an Otahuhu player down, clutching straight at the leg. Perhaps the knee.
Knee, ankle.
So we're going to have time off here.
Can't see. Is there?
So a bit of a stoppage in play here, ladies and gentlemen, as Dylan Uarte goes off the field. And you never want to see this in a preseason tournament. That looked a little ugly at first glance. So our best wishes with Dylan here as this injury is assessed. But it'll be Mount Albert to get us back underway. And we do apologise. We have had a fault just with the scoreboard there, ladies and gentlemen. Reading 14-0 rather than 10-0. That has now been adjusted. And so 10-0 it is, Otahuhu over Mount Albert. Ackland now looks to change the direction of the attack.
Interesting that they've Mount Albert Lions have put Rory Ropati out here on the wing. His father John will be wrapped with that.
So play now comes out to the right edge. Mount Albert hunting point. Ropati steps back infield, tackled well down low though, and Todor Purcell finishes over the top. Ackland is the dummy half. He'll go short side. Dinks a little kick in behind. It's off legs. I think Nuka cleaned that up. Knock on yellow is the call. This will be a Leopards ball.
Leopards stroll up to the restart.
So Todor Purcell getting straight back into it. In fact, that was Bailey Poto on that occasion. But Fusuanga is the dummy half. He goes out to Nuka, who steps and swerves and looks for an offload. Perhaps quite wisely holds on to it in the end. Vafusuanga clears the ruck. He comes infield to his big bopper, Todor Purcell. Now they want to move the footy, Otahuhu. Ball comes loose. That'll be a knock-on. This will be a Mount Albert ball. So the Lions just remaining in this contest right now. Gemmell will play the ball. Plenty of time if they're good enough here, Mount Albert. Manu Lepa. Ackland. Misses out Gemmell. Straightens. Ackland now shuffles play on. Swan throws a cutout. It's gone the wrong way. Now Otahuhu, they should go the length here. Ackland's given a spirited chase. Ackland might get there yet. Still going as Liam Ackland, but they're not going to catch him. That'll be Emiliano Michaeli to run it in for his second try of the game.
Ackland's still down. He might have to have a breather on that one.
And the Leopards, they get out to a 14-0 lead. Well, it was a brave pass, to put it nicely, from Swan. And Emiliano said, I will take that. Got the legs going. Looked for all money here like Ackland was going to catch him. But Emiliano Michaeli just with enough legs in the end.
Footprints.
So Doyle to attempt the conversion from in front, and we'll get a look here, I think, at the pass that led to the try, as Doyle's kick is successful.
play as we do.
So back to it we go. Mount Albert receive. And the Leopards really making their mark on this competition so far. Gemmell is the dummy half. Brings it back to the middle. Swan bumps the ball forward. Ackland switches up the direction. .40 out from the line now, the Mount Albert Lions. This is Gemmell. Coming in looking for work off the wing. Taken down under the weight of Vafusuanga. Ackland goes high with the kick. Doyle at the back. He's isolated. Doyle takes it beautifully. Nice take from Geronimo Doyle. Not much Mount Albert could do with that one. Now Nuka looking to work it out from his own end. Gets the offload away. Now the Leopards are wanting to have a little bit of fun. Some second phase being promoted. This is Tommy V. Dances his way into a couple. Rory Ropati comes in to finish in over the top. Less than 4 minutes remaining in this one now. Flat ball at the line. Ball is loose and Mount Albert have recovered. Gemmell now as the Lions seek some points in this match. Willie Swan, he is the world's biggest dummy half. Clears the ruck. They come out towards this left edge now. Ropati looking to get the arm free. Is taking the ground. 10 out from the Lion. The Lions on the attack. Swan set upon by 3 Otahuhu defenders who do a good job to get him onto his back and slow that play the ball down. Ackland at first receiver. He will receive the ball. Again wants to change the direction of the attack. Ends up running straight into the defense, which is waiting there for him. Dart out of dummy half now. Was that high? Yes, it was. So Mount Albert will get a repeat set here.
Managing to build a bit of pressure here. They'll want to look to complete this set of 6.
So Sam Stewart Anderson it was who copped the high shot. Vafusuanga does well to tackle one-on-one initially there, and then Nuka joins in late to slow things down. O'Neill is the dummy half. Gemmell. A little bit of footwork. We're not far from full time here. And that will do it. The Otahuhu Leopards 16 points to 0 over the Mount Albert Lions. And in fact, he's reversed the call. Well, the game was called, but it's been reversed and we're going to play again. So Ackland goes crossfield. It's high. Ropati goes up. Brilliant skill from the big man. Collects it after the game was prematurely finished, I think on the advice of the other hooter for the other field, and luckily it continues. Ackland a pinpoint kick and Rory Ropati goes up, comes down with it and scores the try.
On the Sportsafe action replay here. Good service from the dummy half. Liam Ackland balanced this up really well with a nice little kick across the face of the Otahuhu backline, and Rory Ropati just plucked that one out of the air, plucked, and nice try. And there's the hooter for this match, and it's blown up now. So, is he gonna make them kick off? No, he's heard it. Okay, now we're going to blow it up.
There we go. We get there in the end. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Otahuhu Leopards 16, Mount Albert Lions 4 in the latest game here at the 2019 Sportsafe ARL Nines. We're going to take a few minutes break before we return with the next game here from Stanmore Bay Reserve.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Auckland Rugby League, auckland.co.nz. Go online. A lot of activity happening inside the Auckland Rugby League. We've got the Summer Blast program for the Kids Aftercare School, and registration spaces are available for that, along with the Jets Camp. Jets Camp is April 6th, and you know, if you've got a young rugby league up-and-coming sports player in your family, boy or girl, get involved for the Jets Camp. Well, we've got so much to get through, and I think it's about $150 to register there. It's over a 3-day program. We've got fantastic coaches and mentors down there. So the ARL Jets Camp, that goes off on April 6th. And finally, Kiwi Tag, the senior club versus club. I believe there's a couple of